Now we will explain what you need to learn to accomplish Course C. How to study at SFE. The teacher. The teacher instructs you how to study in school and at home. It's an advantage if you have a mobile phone so you can download some applications for training at home and at school. You study and follow your schedule. You complete the tasks and homework your teacher assigns to you. You have to take responsibility for your studies both in school and at home. This means letting your teacher know if you don't understand, being active in lessons, repeating at home, and using your new language also outside of school. In this way, you can influence how long time it will take for you to finish the course. All students have different backgrounds and conditions and have to practice different things in different ways, and it will take a different amount of time for each student. In Course C, you will continue practicing listening, reading, talking, and writing Swedish. You will also continue using a computer and a mobile phone. Listening comprehension. To pass Course C, you have to listen and understand simple everyday language about life, society, and working life. You should summarize and retell what you heard. You should follow instructions. You should, for example, be able to understand when someone is introducing himself and telling about his work and spare time. You should be able to understand an interview, news in simple language, and travel instructions. Reading comprehension. To pass Course C, you have to read, understand simple texts about everyday life, society, and working life. You show that you understand by following the instructions, summarizing, and discussing what you read. You should be able to use different reading strategies. Reading and understanding. To pass Course C, you should be able to read and understand, for example, news in an easy language, information, books and short stories, factual texts, tables and charts, instructions. Speaking. To pass Course C, you should be able to talk about everyday life, society, and working life, so people understand you. That means having a good pronunciation and telling things in right context. You should have some variation in your speech and, for example, participate and be active in discussions. Express opinions and thoughts. Give instructions, for example, directions and advice. Talk about your school, studies, and interests. Writing. To pass Course C, you should be able to write coherent and comprehensible texts about experiences, impressions, and opinions. You should be able to write different kinds of texts about common situations in everyday life, society, and working life. You should have structure and variation in your text, and it should be adapted to the receiver. You should, for example, write a presentation about yourself to different receivers, a newspaper, a relative, or a teacher. Factual texts and advice, messages and SMS. Digital competence. In our society, it's important to know how to use digital tools like mobiles, tablets, and computers. Often it's the only way to, for example, buy tickets, pay your bills, find information, and communicate with authorities. Often you will receive important information through email or SMS. That's why we practice using digital tools in school. In Course C, you should be able to do assignments and hand them in on its learning. Write documents in Word and use Office 365. Seek information on the web and use email. You practice to save and organize your digital documents.